Namaskar. What is the purpose of your life? The answer to this question would be different for every person in every different stage of their life. For example, when you were 10 years old, perhaps the purpose of your life was getting good grades, getting to win a school competition, getting nice friends. The purpose of your life now could vary from getting ahead in your career, earning a lot of money, buying a house, getting to marry someone of your choice, or maybe it's related to your children, having to see your children succeed. For some people, the purpose of their life changes very frequently, from week to week or maybe day to day. It just means that they are confused. But that's not a bad thing. It means that they are seeking. Seeking is not a bad thing. In Vedic literature, every single human being is said to have 4 core purposes in life. These 4 purposes of life are known as the 4 Purushartha: Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. We can say that in Kali Yuga, most people focus on the 2nd and 3rd Purushartha, that is Artha and Kama. Dharma and Moksha in today's society has mostly been sidelined. But even the desires that I just talked about, do they really come in the Purushartha, the 2nd and 3rd Purushartha? Let me not get ahead of myself. I will first explain the meaning of all of these Purushartha. Then I will talk about the Artha and Kama Purushartha, something about them which you probably didn't know before. The first Purushartha is Dharma Purushartha, the first purpose of human life. It is the first Purushartha for a specific reason, which you will understand further in this video. Dharma is so extremely essential that Ishwar himself manifests again and again on earth just to re-establish Dharma. As Sri Krishna has mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Dharma sansthapanas daya sambhavami yuge yuge. It is the moral code of conduct, the righteous path, the duty that every human should follow. There is a dharma which is applicable to every human being, universally applicable. These are known as the 4 pillars of dharma. Other than that, there is also swadharma, the dharma which you find out, the dharma that is only applicable to you. The 4 pillars of dharma that are universally applicable to everybody are tapah, sauchyam, daya and satyam. Tapah means austerity and self-control. Sauchyam means cleanliness of body and mind, purity of thoughts and intention. Daya is compassion for all living beings, love for all living beings. And satyam means truth, walking in the path of truth, being a truthful person in every way possible. I have explained the 4 pillars of Dharma as well as Swadharma in a separate video. I will link that video in the cards above and in the description below. I would highly recommend watching that video. Since Dharma is the heart of Sanatana Dharma, it is so essential that Ishwar himself comes to establish it. Hence, every Sanatani should know the essence of Dharma and should walk on the path of Dharma. Now, let's move to the 2nd Purushartha, Artha Purshartha. Artha is the pursuit of wealth and prosperity. It includes your attempts in the growth of your career, financial stability and financial success. So basically, accumulation of means to make your life comfortable. The 3rd Purushartha is the Kama Purushartha. Unlike the common misconception, Kama is not related only to sexual pleasure. Kama Purushartha is the pursuit of all emotional and mental happiness. It is the pursuit of all kinds of sensual pleasures. It is the pursuit of affection and love with or without the sexual connection. Your affection with your parents, your affection with your child, your affection with your friends. All of these, all of the kinds of emotional pleasures. If I want to satisfy my sense of tongue and I want to eat tasty food, this is pursuit of Kama Purushartha, because I am satisfying one of my senses. So, wanting to eat tasty food is also Kama Purushartha. It is not just limited to sexual desire. The fourth Purushartha is the Moksha Purushartha. It is the ultimate purpose of human life. But not just human life. It is the ultimate purpose of a soul. Moksha Purushartha is so divine and it is so complicated, so difficult to understand that the entire Vedanta section is totally dedicated to moksha. Vedanta is also known as Moksha Shastra. Briefly, if I have to explain, I can say that moksha, while living life, is complete detachment from all worldly pleasures, from all worldly desires, from all the needs of samsara. Moksha, while you are alive, is living completely, all the time, in utmost bliss. And moksha after death is being one with Paramatma, being free from the cycle of birth and death. There is again a misconception about Moksha Purushartha, that it is attained only after death. But as I said, it is not true. While you are alive, you can also attain moksha or nirvana, as some people call it, specifically Buddhists. Moksha, while living, is living in perfect self-knowledge and self-realization, identifying and realizing that you are Brahma, not your mind, not your body, not your intelligence, but you are the Atma, the Brahma, and hence continually living in Paramananda. As I said, it's a vast topic and I have made several dedicated videos in Moksha Purushartha. I will link them in the cards above and in the description below. Do check them out. The pursuit of Moksha Purushartha is a very blissful one. And it is said that Moksha Purushartha should be tried to be attained only after some level of Kama, Artha and Dharma Purushartha have been practiced. Because if a person takes the path of moksha without experiencing all of the worldly pleasures, there are chances that this person would deviate from this path, this ultimate path. For different people, different level of exposure to worldly pleasures are enough. For example, Adi Shankaracharya took sannyas successfully at the age of 8 because for him what he has seen by that time of life was enough for him. He was satisfied with all the affections, emotions and with the pursuit of wealth, pursuit of knowledge that he had till that time. For another person, let's say Dhritarashtra, the person, the character very famous from Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra, did not take sannyas even after the war of Mahabharata for a very long time because his desires for worldly pleasures were not satisfied. There is no hard and fast rule in Sanatana Dharma that at the age of 60 or 70 you have to take moksha. Now you are retired, now you have to go and try to your pursuit of moksha purushartha. No, every person has different pravritti. And based on their pravritti, there are different times when they are ready for moksha purushartha. There are different times when they are ready for artha and kama purushartha. But dharma purushartha is one that has to be followed as long as you are living, even while your pursuit of moksha purushartha. So after hearing the meaning of all four purushartha, now you probably can understand why I said that most people on earth today are primarily behind artha and kama purushartha. So you might ask, what's wrong in it? These are also the two purushartha. So the way that people are behind artha and kama now, is it wrong, right? Because these are two purushartha. Well, yes and no. Artha and Kama are not inherently evil, but the pursuit of Artha and Kama without the understanding and application of Dharma can lead to a very unsatisfied and sometimes even criminally tainted human life and a very chaotic society. This is why Dharma is stressed immensely as the first Purushartha, because without Dharma, Artha and Kama can turn into suffering and malpractices very, very soon. Let us now revisit the four pillars of Dharma I was talking about earlier and apply them to Artha and Kama and see how the application of Dharma turns Artha and Kama into Purushartha. The fourth pillar of Dharma is satyam or truthfulness. If Artha is accumulated without truthfulness, of course it will be accumulated via bribes or theft or some other kind of malpractices. The third pillar of Dharma is daya, that is compassion. If Kama is pursued without daya or compassion, for example, if you are attracted to someone, you want that person, this is Kama. But what if you don't have daya for that person? Then this Kama can turn into criminal activities like rape and acid attacks. You are attracted to someone, you want that person, you couldn't get that person. You don't have daya for that person. You forcefully take that person. It turns into rape. You want that someone. You want that person. You are attracted to that person. You couldn't get them at all. That Kama turned into anger and it became acid attack. This is what happened when Kama is pursued without compassion. These examples are at the extreme end, but you can apply it to every single affection that you have in life. What happens if you have affection towards a person, any relationship, but you don't have daya for that person? It would turn into suffering for you or for that person very, very soon. The second pillar of Dharma is sauchyam, that is cleanliness. Cleanliness of both body and mind. You can think for yourself that if your mind is not clean, that is, it is filled with bad intentions, what it can lead to, how it will accumulate those emotional desires and how it will accumulate the wealth that it wants. In which way will a person with bad intention accumulate Kama and Artha? The first pillar of Dharma is tapah, that is austerity and self-control. What happens if a person loses his self-control over his desire? What kinds of things does he do? We see that almost every day in news. Hence, the understanding of all Purushartha, especially Dharma Purushartha, is essential for every human being. Now, let us talk about what Artha and Kama Purushartha truly are. This is the true Artha Purushartha. You gather your wealth and prosperity with truthfulness, that is satyam. You gather your wealth and prosperity without hurting others, this is daya. You gather your wealth with good intentions, this is sauchyam. You gather your wealth such that you distribute it to those who need in the society for dharma and for living beings, this is tapasya. Similarly, what is Kama Purushartha? The true Kama Purushartha that is associated with Dharma? First of all, you be truthful to those you are affectionate with. This way you don't cheat. Second, you be compassionate to those for whom you have affection. This is daya. Third, you have good intention for those for whom you have affection. Fourth, you have self-control to do what is right and wrong for whom you have affection. These are the four Purushartha from the four Vedas. However, there is also one more, the fifth Purushartha, which is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhakti Purushartha, the most blissful Purushartha, the Purushartha which gives the most satisfaction to a human being. It comes without the suffering of moha that comes from Kama. It also comes without renunciation of worldly pleasures. However, the fifth Purushartha is only mentioned in the Bhagavatam and it is not mentioned in the Vedas. Therefore, I will not include it in this video. I will discuss about this fifth Purushartha from the Bhagavatam in a future video. Do subscribe to my channel to get notified for the same. I hope this video has helped you understand the true meaning of the four Purushartha. Do consider liking, sharing this video and subscribing to my channel to support me in my dharma to bring back the knowledge and wisdom of ancient Bharata back to the modern society. Jai Sri Ram.